Before I talk about zombies, I gotta talk about this skill-based matchmaking. So what happens in this game? You got these players, they create these viable strategies. Map exploits, pixel peepers, which was a Rainbow Six strategy of hiding just out of sight of a defender who cannot see you. You have spawn killers, which are just weasels, bunny hoppers, Omni movers, and the most lowly of all, straight up cheaters. These fools are probably the ones who ruined it for everyone. The devs deployed just about every possible fix. But simply, what do all these strategies have in common? The answer was kill-death ratio, and it seems that they have settled on a KD of 2.5 or 2, which makes sense. Any of these strategies implemented well enough will create an above-average KD. Now, all of these exceptional players are in the lobby making life horrible for one another. I don't know what else to say. It's a sound strategy. If you're trying to keep casuals in the game, you gotta segregate them away from these individuals. Of course, somebody's going to exploit it, and that's what you guys do. It's just going to make it worse for you guys when they come out with their next fix. Anyhow, moving on. Zombies. I am loving zombies right now. Playing in third person is actually really fun, and honestly, I feel more mobile. Though moving in third person seems slower than in first person. Maybe it's just me, but targeting is faster and easier in third person, which is a trade-off I'm willing to live with. No outbreak in zombies is unfortunate. I really enjoyed it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. A 1 point deduction for the lack of outbreak. So far, my favorite weapons to deploy into zombie with is the SVD sniper. You pack-a-punch this gun and becomes a powerful shotgun. This gun is effective and fun. Then you have the ASG shotgun. It's awesome. You got the Val's assault rifle. I like this gun. You get good mobility, adequate damage, great firepower. And then it's the XMG. You get firepower, awesome fire rate, exceptional ammo capacity, okay mobility, but these are my favorite guns so far. Alright guys, next we need to talk about this gobble gun mechanic. And at first I wasn't sure about it, because every time you add something new to zombies, it sometimes takes away from the fun, but here they did not. The gobble gun mechanic is really fun. If I had only one pet peeve, I wish the drop rate for legendary gobble gums was higher, but that's just me being selfish, and maybe we can get a bit of a higher drop rate from those guys. And the ones that actually surprised me the most were the whimsical ones. It's one where when you kill the zombies they fart, but the one I really enjoy that actually changes the atmosphere and makes the game a little bit more fun as you're watching all these zombies raise to heaven is the gobble gum, where when you kill the zombies they float to heaven. And that just it's a really fun dynamic. It's a new fun mechanic, and I'll give this one a 10 out of 10. Even though we don't get outbreak, the addition of the gobble gums, that's an imaginative thing. I actually really enjoy that. Now we get to the point where I always have a little bit of a pet peeve for Treyarch and Call of Duty. Is they really lean into that grind mechanic, and they've mastered the grind mechanic with this one. Having to grind out multiple weapons to unlock scopes is a bit confusing, but the level you have to grind some weapons is absurd. Level 30 on some scopes is crazy. I would love to understand the decision behind this. It's a disruption of my fun. I hope this grind mechanic is totally abandoned because it really is kind of irking me. And some of these guns are just bad. Some of the guns that you have to level up just are not fun to play with in zombies. Okay, here you go. Prestige is the next one, right? I have 3 days of the gameplay at this point. I'm a level 4 of the first prestige. I feel like Cold War was a faster way to prestige, but maybe that prestige system was different from this one. I'm not sure, but I feel like by having these many days in, I should be a lot closer to prestiging. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just complaining. But if you get to complain about SBMM, I get to complain about the grind mechanic for the Prestige. All right, just let me have that one. However, overall my experience has been good. Some lagging, some desync. One game where the boss to advance to the next wave of the Dr. Pano story, he spawned outside the room somehow, but we were able to kill him through the door. One thing I did notice is that from game to game, the weapons seem inconsistent. So much so that I only, deploy into these games now with the VST. I just am not willing to take a chance to have to drop out of the game because of the inconsistency in the servers. I think that's something a lot of people might bring up. I played games where I've shot people directly in their face, and then the game goes to the chest and one of the head. Message, all you need is one of the head. I shot the dude in his face, and he ain't fall down. So I realized that there's a lot of that going on. There's some server inconsistency. Well, it's been real, guys. I enjoyed the game so far. Let me know what weapons you're using and what you think the best weapons are. And I already know about the power weapons. I like to load into the game with my base weapons and then pick up those later on in the game. With that said, like, share, subscribe. And I'm gonna go ahead and exfil, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.